The legendary North Dakota era faded April 6th when Rollie Greeno died. He started and finished his collegiate teaching and coaching career at Jamestown College.
Most of these schools, they only had 2 or 3 football coaches, athletic directors for like 50 years, 60 years, and so those guys were legendary people.
Greeno's precedence with his players and at Jamestown College will never fade. Lori Paulson played football for Greeno.
I never forgot the lessons that he taught us and what it means to be a Jamestown College Jimmy. And hopefully we're doing those same kinds of things with our students today.
Greeno's track, cross country, and football teams earned 83 conference championships throughout his 37 years coaching. To most, he'll be remembered for those numbers, but Paulson said his players will remember the lessons he taught them.
He was going to help us grow up to be men, and that's the message he got across to us, but it's also the message that he got across to my parents. And he told us every week that we needed to be good citizens, that we needed to have good attitudes, that we needed to go to class and get our degrees. Those are the lessons that we took with us for the rest of our lives. And those are the things that ultimately proved to be the most important things that he could teach.
Greeno gave an education opportunity to many men that wouldn't have gone to college otherwise. Most of those students took advantage of that opportunity.
They made the most of it. None of us wanted to let him down. That was a huge part of who we were because it was a huge part of who he was.
Etzold attended Dickinson State and played football against the Jimmies when Greeno was in his prime. Etzold said Greeno wasn't cocky about his fierce teams.
The first time we came here and got off the bus and walked into that locker room next door, he held the door open and he talked to every single guy on our team coming off the bus. He knew everyone, he knew all of our names, knew where we were from, had something to say to everybody. I used to tease guys that became friends of mine that played at Jamestown College about, I thought, it seemed to me he treated us better than he did them sometimes.
Jamestown College reconstructed its track and football stadium in 1999 as Greeno's career was coming to an end. Etzold was the college's athletic director at the time and said the college wanted to commend Greeno for his work by naming the field after him.
He was tremendously honored and humbled, but at the same time, he'd always have some, he'd disguise it with some smart aleck remark about, that it's funny they would name a football stadium after him after they fired him, that's just Rollie. If you ever met him, you wouldn't forget it. That's the kind of guy he is. Most of us unfortunately, are pretty forgettable characters. Rollie Greeno was not forgettable. Not perfect, but certainly not forgettable.